Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm your host Dakota, doing a solo show today, recapping today's live stream from the Hasbro Pulse team. This was a majority Gamerverse figures, so for me, I felt a little safe. My budget might not be completely broken, but there was still some figures here that I'm going to be very strongly tempted to get. And then we did get a few comic figures as well, and a tease to finish it off. So, to start off the stream, they covered some, a trip down memory lane, talked about some older figures. Kind of got me thinking, Dwight said they need to finish a Champions team. That's one of my newish favorite comics, so I really like that team. I would love to see them do that. You definitely need a Viv Vision. I've been saying I'd like a pink Ironheart, so round that team out, maybe a Kid Cyclops. I'd love to see it. Then, getting into the actual reveals, the first thing they showed off was, I think they called this Spirit Spider. So it looks like if you took Ghost Rider and Spider-Man, mash them together, and you get this kind of amalgamation. I've never played this Spider-Man game, Jordan has, but as far as this figure goes, this is probably the one out of all the Gamerverse figures that we're going to see that I would like the most. The downside of this one, though, is it's a Walmart exclusive. Usually Walmart is a little bit better than Target at getting out exclusives, so that does make me feel a little bit better. He's going to be double pinless arms and legs. He is going to be going up for pre-order in March. They didn't say exactly what day that was going to be, but just in March you can expect this from Walmart. He's coming with fists, thwips, and wall-crawling hands. Like I said, I haven't played this game, but I could see using the blue flame type effects from the blue Marvel figure on this Spider-Man character. I think that would be really cool. I was surprised they said that this is a brand new torso that they sculpted the spider logo onto. That seemed unnecessary, but very cool that they did that. I doubt there's going to be any reuse for this type of look. Maybe you can let me know if there's variants of this spider skin in the game, but probably a one and done. But that was really cool. Next up, they are going into another exclusive. This is Amazon, and that's going to be Kingpin. So this is him in his black suit, black pants, black shirt. We've gotten the Build-A-Figure, which was an all-white suit, and then we got the more animated version from the retro card. My favorite is the retro card. I did really like that Build-A-Figure when I first got it, because at first I was like, I don't really know that I need a Kingpin, but getting it, he was substantial, a lot of heft to him, so I am very excited to see this, and it's on the bigger style box, which is just kind of fun to get bigger boxes with your action figures, I think. And then he's going to be coming with a new type of staff, same staff but new colors. It's got kind of the ruby gem on top of it. Got two heads, kind of a smiley, creepy look, and then a more stoic, just grumpy look. Alternate hands. And this one, I know it's for the Gamerverse and everything. To me, I almost see this one going up more against my Luke Cage than Spider-Man. I mean, totally can go up against Spider-Man, but I think for me, the retro card is going to go against Spider-Man. This one would be going against Luke Cage, kind of in that, battle for becoming mayor of New York City. I didn't read I read, when Luke Cage decided to run for mayor. I didn't read into his time as mayor, but that's kind of where I see this Kingpin fitting into at least my display if I was going to pick him up. And then we get into the wave of Gamerverse figures, starting off with a Miles. This is Miles in, I can't remember what all these suits are called, but this is his inspired by the Spider-Man costume, so you trade out your Gamerverse Miles with the classic red and blacks for your red, white, and blue. You've got the white spider logo on the center. I think this is pretty cool. For me, I would probably go more the Gamerverse original Miles, but we're really rounding out your Mileses here, because even before this we had the regular, we had the I think it was a GameStop exclusive that came with a cat, and then you had the invisible one. So this is not the only Miles we're getting, so don't worry about that. But this Miles again is coming with his kind of shocky Venom sting hands. He's got thwips and he's got fists, so I think that's really cool. I like that they're giving him that power set effect here. Then we got a symbiote Gamerverse. This one I think is one of the, for me, I like the classic comic version, and I don't necessarily need more than one symbiote, but This one looks really cool. This was very tempting. I don't know that I'll get this one, but Jordan was saying that this was one of his favorites from the reveals. It's got more of that like goopy, not so spandexy look to it. It looks much more like the living symbiote on his body. It also comes with a new kind of symbiote web effect, which Jordan and I historically don't really love these web effects, but this one does look really cool. And I gotta say, the people out there doing the posing for these promo pics, you gotta double their salary because the promo pics on these are amazing. This Spider-Man, the symbiote, is coming with fists, thwips, and wall crawling, which we're gonna see pretty regularly throughout this. And I think that's because, you know, with the Spider-Man wave, and I think with the Spider-Man wave, it's very necessary to have all these alternate hands. The web effects, like I said, I could take them or leave them. The symbiote one is cool, but I could see some folks saying that they're cheaping out, and Jordan and I were kind of chatting about this with not including a Build-A-Figure piece, because this is a full wave. We could have had a Build-A-Figure and, you know, maybe created that Kingpin. But I think with Spider-Man figures, it can be a little more challenging because, you know, with if there's going to be web lines on there, these symbiote ones have the white details on there, so you've got to paint those on the accessories, which gets a little bit more expensive. And I could see, you know, you're going to say like, oh, Hasbro could afford to throw in the Build-A-Figure piece. I don't know that I totally disagree with you there, but I think for me, I would rather my Spider-Man come with all the accessories that he should, like these hands, versus, you know, only getting one wall-crawling hand and one thwipping hand, and then a Build-A-Figure piece. And that's maybe just because this is a Gamerverse type of wave, and I don't necessarily have that much invested into Gamerverses. But anyway, that's my short tangent on whether these should be coming with Build-A-Figure pieces. Again, I think the Spider-Man symbiote costume looks pretty cool. The sculpting is like we're not just painting the spider symbiote logo on there. This is sculpted. You get some of the posing and it's going to break up the sculpt a little bit. I get it, but, you know, I would rather have extra articulation and break up that sculpt. It's not a huge deal to me. Then we're going back to Miles. It's kind of a back and forth of Miles and Peter here. Miles, this is kind of his, like, I can't remember what they called it again, but you've got the Puerto Rican flag on the Miles costume. So, you know, you're going back to the classic black costume, but now you're getting the red, white, and blue on the chest. And he's got kind of the regular Spider-Man, just classic red with the black web lines on there for hands. I think this is a pretty cool look. Again, haven't played the game. You've got the sculpting on the face again, which I think is probably just a reuse of those previous Miles that I talked about coming out. I think that was like 2 or 3 years ago. Again, that's a really good base figure. I think that was one of Jordan's favorite figures of the year that year that it came out. So, you know, you're getting a good figure. Again, double pinless, arms, legs. He's got butterfly joints. Coming with fists, thwips, hands, like I said. And then he's got the web line. Again, I don't necessarily need those, but, you know, they're filling out the box. It's okay. Then I think we're going back to Peter. Again, haven't played the game. This is they say this is like a 2099 or some sort of future suit. It's not the 2099 that you think of, you know, the classic look. This is your blue and white. I think it's like with a lot of figures, it almost helps that I don't know much about this because it makes me want it a little bit more. Thwips, fists, hands, web line. This one is coming with an alternate head though. And then this one is, I'm trying to see, it's not on the Renew Your Vows body because there's no toe joints. He does have butterfly joints. I'm sure somebody in the comments can tell me right away what this is. I don't think it's the Sunfire body mold. So let me know in the comments what body is that, because I don't necessarily recognize it right off the bat. Going from Peter back to Miles. Now we're looking, maybe this is his 2099. Maybe that wasn't 2099 on the last one. I don't know. Either way, we've got, I think they called this Brooklyn 2099, which is, again, they went all out on these sculpts for pretty much everything here because Miles is getting kind of puffy, tactical looking pants. There's a very, like, interesting glossy shine to his kind of, especially mask and like torso armor. He's got a belt. He comes with fists, thwips, and he's got kind of like the crawly, like really like jointed finger crawly hands, not just the kind of, I think of the comic crawly hands. And he's coming with 2 different Web accessories, kind of the more splat web accessories. I don't usually love those, but I do like the way they have this posed as almost like he's using them as shields or something. So, you know, kind of a cool use. Like I said, the posing on these promo shots, top notch. I don't know anything about this, but it looks really cool. I don't know that I need him, but I might. Then we're finally leaving Spider-Man's behind for one character in the wave, and that's going to be your Gamerverse Black Cat. This was on the leaks list that we covered, I think from Displaying Model Behavior. She's going to be coming with the Wand of Watum. She's got alternate hands, so she's got the kind of claw-type hands. She's got, I think, one fist and one gripping hand, because she comes with the Gamerverse Wand of Watum, which it looks like they kind of went all out on that accessory. I think that looks totally different than the regular Wand of Watum. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this just has more deco on it, so it looks different. It almost looked like a translucent cylinder when they showed it on screen, but I think it's probably just painted, maybe? Maybe it's translucent. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if that's translucent, because it looked like it, but now I'm looking at just the promo shots and it doesn't look like it. I think this is an overall pretty cool figure. This is one that Jordan said he was pretty tempted to be picking up. Again, I would go more the comic version of Black Cat. Haven't played the game, so I don't have much attachment to her, but I can't deny this looks like a very cool figure. So your whole wave here, you've got 6 figures in the wave. This is going to be going up for pre-order Tuesday, 2/25/25 at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I believe they said this is just a regular release, so you can get this probably at your Targets, Walmarts, Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Nerdzoic, all those kinds of places. Wide release, not an exclusive necessarily, and I don't think it's even a fan channel, so you can look out for those next week. So out of all this whole wave, I would probably be going for the Peter Parker Anti-Venom suit. That's what it's called, not the $20.99, the Anti-Venom suit. That's my favorite out of the wave. Jordan, like I said, he's tempted by the symbiote and the Black Cat. After that wave, they showed a Mega Deluxe figure, so this is going to be your Venom, and this Venom is coming in at 10.5 inches tall. You're going to get a lot of interesting accessories with this one. So they've done kind of a drooly effect where you can port the drool onto the open mouth, tongue out face, which when I originally saw that, I was like, oh wow, that's kind of like an interesting, you know, detail that they added on there, but I don't know that I really would want that all the time, so I was kind of unsure about it. And then they showed that it's removable, so that was, you know, I thought that was like, wow, they really went above and beyond on that one. They've also got a closed mouth head, then they've got a alternate, so you got your claw hands, then you got your fist hands, and then there's an alternate kind of symbiote extension hand, so you think of like, you know, Venom reaching out, grabbing Spider-Man and chucking him around. Huge figure. He's even got toe joints. I think this is the only figure outside of the, well, maybe HasLabs too, but outside of the Renew Your Vows body that has toe joints, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty cool sculpting. Again, it's more of that like living looking symbiote, not the smooth Venom like we've gotten on maybe the retro card. Ginormous figure, and I think, you know, saying that it's the Mega Deluxe, I would assume you're going to be looking at a price tag of around $60, maybe $65, whatever the Hulkbuster and the Odin came out to be. I would expect to be seeing that same type of price with this. I don't know that I necessarily need a 10.5 inch Venom, but doing more 10.5 inch figures like this, I am very interested in, because, you know, I love my substantial figures. Again, we get outside of Gamerverse, go into more comics. That's where I'm going to really get interested here. But overall, this is a really cool Venom. I've already got at least 5 Venoms in my collection, and I'm sure I'm going to be adding at least another Venom this year, because, you know, Hasbro, they love Venom, they love Spider-Man. I think we're going to see another Venom coming out pretty soon. Then we get into the only comic reveals of the day. We got a Warpath. So this is the Uncanny X-Force look, the gray and black. They've got kind of the red eyes. This kind of will go along, I believe it was the last reveal they did with the AOA type Nightcrawler, so he'll go with this. They've also done, previously they had Wolverine, they did Deathlock, Phantom X, and Psylocke, and Archangel came in that 3-pack. You know, I think their Tease is going to be a new Archangel, but you're going to be rounding out some of these Uncanny X-Force characters. The downside on him, you've got pins in the arms and legs. I don't think it's that big a deal, but when they're doing so many pinless things, it does kind of show through when things come out and they're pinless, or well, when they're not pinless. But along with him, you're also going to be getting your X-23 in the same kind of Uncanny X-Force look. I think she's the real winner of this 2-pack here. I think that's going to be a lot of people's consensus. She comes with her kind of normal angry head, but then she comes with like a super angry head, which I don't think we have anybody else from Marvel Legends that is as angry as this X-23. She's got her claw out hands, she's got fists, and she's got open hands. She has the claws coming out of her feet. I don't know that those are removable. I don't know that I necessarily would need them to be... I don't know, it would be kind of nice if you could have like X-23 without claws, to just be like chilling on the shelf, but you know, I would rather have the claws out than not out. But she's double pinless. I think they said possibly in a new body. This is going to be their like younger female body that they're going to be using, so very excited about that. I would like to get her for sure. Warpath, not quite as excited about, because I don't know that I need to fill out this whole team, but if I'm getting this 2-pack, I'm going to want that Archangel when it comes. I've already got Nightcrawler coming. I might as well just finish this team off because it does look really good. Then they finish off the stream with a tease. This looks like a missile. It even looks like, I think the missile would probably be able to port on one of the Iron Man effects to be, you know, kind of like an active rocket. A lot of comments I've seen have said this is going to be for the upcoming or the leaked Hulk from the Maximum line. I can't think of anything else this could be. Maybe like a Punisher, but even that, like, this seems like too big of a missile for Punisher to be working with. So other people I think had said Abomination. I would lean more towards Hulk just because that's been leaked, but I think with the Maximum Spider-Man just coming out, the Maximum Hulk is on a lot of people's minds, so I'm not 100% sure. If you have something other than Hulk that you think this could come with, I would love to hear that in the comments. So a pretty heavy Gamerverse reveal wave. I'm curious to know what you all think. What are you going to be pre-ordering from this wave? What are you excited about? And what do you think that missile is going to be coming with? Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, stay strong.